everybody, I'm Jack from This Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. The subject of today is how to thrive on the raw vegan lifestyle. You hear people saying all the time, well, it's not possible to do the raw vegan thing, it's just too tough. Well, I'm going to throw out a few tips today and a few ideas and a few ways that you can thrive on a raw vegan lifestyle, because I feel like I'm thriving. And I feel like I'm thriving more each day, each month as time passes by. The first thing I would tell you is move down here to the tropics where I am. That's the biggest one. Well, you're probably not going to do that, although it is true. You know, if you're living in a tropical climate, the fruit that we all crave and love is easier to find. But what are some other ways? Some of the top ways, I've just got a few things on my list. I don't even think I need my reading glasses for those. One of the most important things is the point that I preach over and over. You have to educate yourself. You have to know what you're doing. You know, when I first got into this, I look back to when I first got into this lifestyle and my mentality and thinking now, and you know, it's just not what you think. You have to, it's not just as simple as I used to think that. I was like, oh, I'm just going to be the natural guy, you know, anything that's natural, just fruits and vegetables. You have to put a little effort into it. And you have to experiment with what you're doing. You have to see how it's going to work for your body. I mean, you can educate yourself and you can watch all these YouTube videos and you can read blogs all day. But you're going to have to see what works within your body. You're going to have to see what works for you. I don't know where you're coming from. You know, I don't know if you have any illnesses or, you know, I don't know what you're dealing with in your background. So, but it's going to be different for everybody. So you can't just listen to what other people say and just apply that to you 100%, because what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. One of the biggest things you want to have, though, is have an open mind. Don't get caught up in dogma. You know, especially with YouTube. Yeah, it's mostly YouTube. You know, there's a few celebs, raw vegan, vegan celebs in other places that aren't big on YouTube, but it's mostly YouTube. People see their raw vegan guru or their guru of whatever lifestyle, and they just kind of follow the dogma, or it's almost like a religion. They just like this person, this is my person, and they, you know, they pretty much just listen to them without any questions or whatever. That'll get you into trouble, my friends. That will definitely get you into trouble, because there is some what I consider bogus information out in YouTube land these days. There's a lot of people that are just not presenting a rational way to do this lifestyle, and when they're not presenting this rational way, when people fail on it, then either the people that fail assume it's the lifestyle, or people around them blame it on the lifestyle. And in the beginning, they're not doing it right. Now, like I say, it's not for me to say exactly what is right and what's wrong, but there are some things that, you know, are pretty universal. You've got to get enough calories. That's all there is right there. You've got to eat enough food. You've made this transition, or you've gone from a standard American diet, vegetarian, vegan, whatever, to a raw vegan lifestyle, and you're going to have to eat a lot of food. I'm 2.5 years later, and I'm just starting to really get that and be able to get the amount of food that I need into my body every day, because you got to eat a lot. But that's a plus. You have to eat a lot. How many fitness, health diets tell you that? You have to eat a lot. I mean, that's a license to eat, man. You can eat all the fruit, you can eat all the vegetables, you can eat all the good stuff you want. You can just sit down and eat it to your heart's content. But you have to eat enough food. I think a lot of the people that are falling by the wayside that are failing are the people that are just underfed. It's not even under carb. You know, we talk about this carb up, have plenty of carbs, but it's just underfed in general. There's no, you know, I've gotten my calories up to close to 3,000 now, and I'm fairly consistent with it. So I would say I'm always between 20, I'm never below, I don't think I'm ever, I mean, I'm sure there's a stray day, but I'm really never below 2,500, and I'm getting more consistent on hitting my 3,000 days. And it seems to be working for me. I've put on just a little bit of weight since I've been back in Costa Rica, about a month, a little bit more solid. I've been doing a little bit more exercise, but I feel good where I am right now, but that's an evolution. You know, I look back and I think of things that I thought 6 months ago, things that I thought a year ago. And I mean, it's not like I've done 180s on a lot of things, but you're always evolving. And some of the things I thought a year ago, I look back and I'm like, well, that was pretty remedial. Or I was doing this wrong, or I just didn't quite grasp what I was doing in this area. Now, like I say, it's about educating. I've kind of broken my lifestyle, or if you broke my lifestyle from the time I began it, down into segments. You know, I do things in a certain way that work in my mind. I suspect most people do that. Can't really put into words, but I have my own process for doing everything. And it wasn't because I was stubborn or I don't listen to other people. I just do things in my own time, and I develop interest. I think my intuition leads me towards things that I need to educate myself on, and my diet keeps evolving. You know, I've spent the last 2.5 years, I think my evolution has been about cleaning up my diet and getting down, you know, the fat and how many carbs I'm getting. But there's also now one area that I'm really studying on, and I'm doing a paper on it right now. I'm doing a blog post, an article, and I'll be doing a video on it also, is the possible deficiencies on a vegan diet. And this will be interesting to people even if they're not raw vegan, because these same deficiencies a lot of times are from the vegan diet, or things we're not getting that we have to watch out for. We can get everything we need, but we have to do a little work. We have to do a little studying, a little bit of research, what I'm trying to say. Because, you know, there's certain deficiencies in our body, and I won't go into that one, that's another video, but things like you do need to pay attention to: B12, vitamin D, iodine, calcium, among others. So you have to make sure that even though you've transitioned, you're eating a raw vegan diet, or either a high raw diet, you're feeling tons of energy, you feel a lot better, but you could be missing something, because a good number of these deficiencies, you don't necessarily have warning signs, or you don't have symptoms of them until you're very deficient. And some of these deficiencies can be very serious, quite serious, like the B12. I don't know how common it is for people to have severe B12 deficiencies, but it can cause all kind of neurological problems. Deficiency of iodine messes up your thyroid function, and that's where, I don't know if you even remember, goiter, those big goiter on the neck. So, you know, you want to continuously be educating yourself, and look at this information honestly and realistically. Once again, don't just find your favorite guru and be a disciple and listen to everything they tell you to do or how they tell you to do it. You've got to be active in this. Don't be lazy. Don't expect, like, you know, there's just going to be one little pamphlet that tells you how to do it. You don't have to put any work into it, and you're going to be fine for the rest of your life. You have to constantly be educating yourself. 2.5 years into this, like I say, I'm in the 3rd grade, and I got a lot more to go, because I've got 9 more years of high school and 4 years of college, and I might do a graduate degree. But you see what I mean. It's a process. We can never learn everything. You know, you can't know everything. A lot of the people, even a lot of the gurus, though, one thing you can take from them is a lot of them have changed the way they eat. They've changed their lifestyle. So be wary of people that preach too hard that this is the way. This is the way. Thriving on this raw vegan lifestyle is going to come. It's on you. It's on you. It's almost like anything else in life. You get out of something what you put into it. Are you educating yourself? Are you doing the prep? Are you doing the little tricks to keep your like keeping good food around the house, or keeping things around to offset triggers? Let's say you've got the sugar craving. You know, do you have something good to feed that sugar craving? You like salty, you like fat, you like this, you like that. Do you have a plan for this? Do you have plans for your raw vegan lifestyle? it's really not that hard to do. And it's not just the raw vegan lifestyle. As humans, we don't like to acknowledge our mistakes. We don't like to acknowledge our weaknesses. We don't like to acknowledge when we can't do something. So it's a natural thing. We tend to make excuses of why, outside excuses of why something can't be done, when it actually comes from inside of us. And we're really just covering something up with an excuse. We're making an excuse, but in the end, you or I, we didn't do what we needed to do to get the result we wanted to get. Now, who knows? I'm vegan for life. Am I raw vegan for life? Well, or exactly how my diet evolves. How will my diet be in 5 years and 10 years? Except for being vegan, I don't know. I might, things I thought a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I don't necessarily think today. I might find down the road that, I eat more cooked food. But everything about me, everything that's intuitive about me, everything that I read and that resonates with me, and all the videos and people I watch, I believe this lifestyle is for me. But I will still keep an open mind. If I start having problems, I'm not going to hide my head in the sand. If I'm not doing well on this diet, if I don't feel well on this diet, I'm not going to just constantly throw it out detox. There could be somebody there's people, sometimes I believe in detox, I do detox, but sometimes I get tired of detox being used as an excuse for everything. Oh, I cut my leg and it's hurting. Oh, that pain is detox. Not everything is detox. Sometimes you're doing something wrong. Just saying. But anyhow, you want to thrive on this lifestyle? Take responsibility for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. You can get suggestions from other people. You can get tips from other people. You can get knowledge from other people. But in the end, you have to be an active participant in this. You have to use your judgment. You have to use your logic. Anyhow, just a few ideas for you there, because you can thrive on a raw vegan lifestyle. Hope you enjoyed this video today. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a share every once in a while. And tomorrow's hump day. You'll be halfway there to the weekend. Although you shouldn't be looking for the weekend. You should be living today. Hope you had a good one. Peace.